I hope you have given my definition some thought because I will ask you a question at the end of today's story that will be related to my definition. Now, let's move on to this great saga of the Kuru dynasty. The entire game of Kurukshetra begins with Maharaja Pratip and his son, King Shantanu. Today, we will learn about Shantanu's marriage to Goddess Ganga. Mahabhish was an extremely honest and moral monarch of the Surya dynasty. By completing 100 Rajasuya Yajnas and 1000 Ashwamedha Yajnas, he appeased Lord Indra and attained Swargaloka. Prajapati Brahma was once served by a large number of devas and sages, including King Mahabhish. The goddess Ganga shows up there at that moment. A gust of wind blows in as soon as she gets there, shifting the clothing she is wearing. The devas and the sages then all lower their heads in embarrassment, but King Mahabhish does not. Lord Brahma gets angry seeing the shamelessness of the king and curses the king, saying, "O fool! For this sin of yours, you will have to take birth again on earth. In your next birth, the Ganga you adore will turn you down, and you will eventually be released from this curse when you became enraged with her." Mahabhish realized his mistake and accepted Brahma's curse and decided that he would be born as the son of King Pratip of the Kuru dynasty. Here, on earth, King Pratip was performing penance with his wife on the holy land of Haridwar. One day, Goddess Ganga emerged from the river in the form of a very beautiful woman, and at that time, Goddess Ganga, who was wounded by the arrows of Kamadeva, sat on the right thigh of King Pratip. The form of Ganga was also very captivating. King Pratip opened his eyes and asked the goddess, "O goddess, who are you? What can I do for you that you like? Express your wish clearly." "I want you, O king. Please accept my wish and do not say no, because it is not befitting for a virtuous man to reject a woman who has come to you for refuge." On this, the king said, "O goddess, I cannot wed or engage with intercourse with any other woman, since I am already married and faithful to my wife. O king, I am not inauspicious, thus, by having intercourse with me, will neither tarnish your character nor mine." Saying this, Ganga put forward her proposal. King Pratip, who was a dharmic person, knew that he could not betray his wife for any other woman. That is why he devised a plan using me, my principles, and said to Ganga, "O goddess, you are sitting on my right thigh, and according to scriptures, the right thigh is the place of a son, daughter, or daughter-in-law. It is the left thigh which is capable of arousing lustful desires. Hence, I do not have any lustful feeling towards you. Thus, I plead you to become my daughter-in-law." Pleased with the devotion of King Pratip and his faithfulness towards his wife, Ganga said, "O king, may it be so. Your clan, you yourself are blessed. You have pleased me with your devotion and your loyalty towards your wife. That is why I will become your daughter-in-law, but only on one condition, that your son will not stop me from doing anything." And then it was decided that Ganga would become the daughter-in-law of the Kurus. Time went by and King Pratip got a son, who he named Shantanu. King Shantanu was a pious person. He knew the scriptures, he was a talented archer, and was engaged in protecting his subjects from a very young age. Due to these qualities of his, he was given the title of Rajarshi, which means one who, despite being a king, behaves like a sage. When King Shantanu reached adulthood, King Pratip said to him, "Son, one day a woman will come to you with the desire to have a son. Do not reject her. Whatever she says, agree to her." Saying this, he crowned his son and went to the forest for the Vanprastha life. One day, while hunting, King Shantanu came upon an alluring woman who appeared to be incredibly lovely on the banks of the Ganga river. When King Shantanu saw her, he was shocked and excited all over, as though the enchantress had captured his heart. That incredibly attractive woman also began to feel love after seeing Shantanu. The woman was approached by King Shantanu, who whispered softly, "O doe-eyed, delicate, clever one, your beauty has fascinated me. I do not care whether you are a human, an apsara, or a rakshasi. All I desire is you. O lovely woman, please become my wife." On this, the enchantress said shyly, "O king, I also want to become your queen, but I have one condition. I will stay with you only till the time you do not stop me from doing anything and talk to me lovingly. The day you get angry with me and stop me from doing anything and say harsh words, I will leave you at that very moment." We should now take a brief break from the story to simply consider what these individuals have done. Did King Prateep and King Shantanu follow me when they made a promise to Goddess Ganga? Both were righteous person. King Prateep followed the dharma of a husband and made Goddess Ganga his daughter-in-law. If he hadn't done so, he would have violated the code of conduct of a husband. But he did not think that the goddess could do anything under the pretext of the promise she was asking for. The same can be applied to King Shantanu, but he followed the dharma of a son and obeyed his father. Thus, neither of them violated me, because they cannot foresee the future and are unaware of the fact that what the future holds in for them. This is my subtlety. A person can follow or violate me in every small action. King Shantanu accepted Ganga's condition and brought her to Hastinapur as her chief consort and the queen of Hastinapur. Ganga's virtues pleased King Shantanu, who was enchanted by her beauty and intelligence in addition to her attributes, which won him over. Even the all senses controlling King Shantanu disregarded everything and began to spend time with the goddess. It appeared as though Kamdev had permanently cemented a place in his heart, and he was so enamored with her beauty that he was unaware that many years had gone by. When Ganga gave birth to her first son in these exact years, everyone in the kingdom was rejoicing to have their prince. But they were unaware that their prince's lifeline was as short as a needle. King Shantanu is behind Ganga as she and her son walk to the river bank, where Ganga drowns his son in the water. Rajarshi was unable to witness this horrifying incident, since he could not comprehend how a mother could be so cruel and kill her own son. Ganga smiled and proceeded silently towards the palace, challenging Shantanu's stillness. Because of his vow, Shantanu continued to witness his children die 6 times while remaining silent like a thoughtless stone. When the 8th son was born, Ganga cheerfully led him to the way of redemption as she always does. However, Shantanu's patience had run out. He broke his promise and stopped Ganga before she could drown his own blood, saying, "What are you doing, O misguided woman? Why are you murdering defenseless and innocent children? Why are you even bearing the weight of this heinous sin?" Hearing such harsh words from Shantanu, Ganga said, "O son-seeking king, go, I give life to this son of yours, and now I renounce you as per the condition. I was with you to do the work of the Devas. These 8 sons of yours were actually 8 Vasus. They were born in human form due to the curse of Sage Vasishtha. O king, I, Ganga, wash away all your sins. I was born from the feet of Lord Vishnu. I always remain spotless. I cannot walk on the path of evil, so restrain your harsh words." These Vasus had come to me for refuge. I had promised them that I would free them from this curse, and by redeeming them, you too will attain heaven. Protect this 8th child of yours and name him Gangadatta." On this, Shantanu asked, "O Devi, who was this sage who cursed the Vasus in such a way? What sin did these Vasus commit that they had to fall from heaven and take birth in this mortal world?" "Then listen, O king." Saying this, Goddess Ganga narrated him the story of the curse of the Vasus. So, the story goes like this. Sage Vasishtha was the son of Varun Dev, the god of water. He had a very beautiful hermitage on Mount Meru. He had received Nandini, the daughter of the cow Kamadhenu, from the gods. She was a wish-fulfilling cow, like her mother. She would give whatever one would ask for. Sage Vasishtha would ask Nandini for the materials for his yagna. One day, when Vasus like Prithu were roaming on Mount Meru with their wives, one of the Vasus' wife saw this miraculous cow and told her husband Vasu named Deo, "My lord, This cow belongs to Rishi Vasishtha. I have heard that if a person drinks its milk, they live for 1,000 years, and its taste is also amazing. O Lord, please bring that wish fulfilling cow for me. I have a friend on earth, and I wish to give her this cow's milk. The cunning Deo called his brothers and devised a scheme to kidnap the sage's cow after heeding his wife's advice. Now, when the time for destruction is near, the intelligence works in the opposite direction. They devised the scheme, but they had not realized that they would be cast down from heaven if the sage discovered it through his spiritual abilities. Then, the cow was abducted by those misguided Vasus. After a while, Maharshi came back to his hermitage after collecting some flowers from the wild. He noticed his cow was gone. Worried, he used his divine sight to see that the Vasus were responsible behind this incident. These foolish and misguided Vasus were so impudent that they took away my cow, he remarked, cursing them. I curse them to shed their divine form and become mortal. And once they are born into the mortal world, they will understand what evil is. The Vasus arrived at the sage's hermitage with Nandini to offer their apologies after learning of this. Their apology made Rishi feel sorry for them. Now that the Rishi knew everything about me or Dharma, he knew that it would be right to pardon them, since they had come to terms with the error and had made it out of illusion. However, Maharshi Vasishtha said, all of you will get salvation in 1 year, but this Vasu named Deo is the mastermind of this whole incident, due to which all of you are also disgraced. He will live long on earth, and he will neither have children on earth, nor will he ever marry. He knew that once the curse was placed, it was impossible to reverse. With these words, Vasishtha determined the time period for the liberation from the curse. Following that, they all went to the goddess Ganga, who atones for everyone's sins. She promised to become their mother and lift them from this curse. After telling the whole story, Ganga said to Shantanu, this is your eighth son Deo. That is why long life is in his destiny. I will take him and educate him to become a prince. Saying this, Goddess Ganga took that child and went away. As I said, at the end of the story, I will ask you a question. My question is whether Shantanu followed Dharma or Adharma by stopping Ganga. In the next chapter, we will know the story of Devavrata. Till then, farewell. Like, share and subscribe if you like our videos. Please also comment on the video and express your thoughts and questions.